Well, we're back here down at the city of Tynwald. It's been very noisy, I have to say, during the day. A lot of cars going by, you'll hear them honking their horns. Sam is with us now, one of the spokespersons. You've been having quite a solid showing throughout the day. In a few minutes' time, the debate gets underway. Are you expecting any movement on the people and the way they're going to vote, the MHKs?
I very doubt it for the ministers unless they want to lose their jobs, to be honest, but the other members on the floor, there's definitely some swingers in there that could go either way on it, so we could see some movement on it either way, to be honest, so it'll come down to what happens in there.
Okay, well, we've been talking to some MHKs that did pop out during their tea break, and this is what they had to say.
I think they're doing a great job, and I hope they continue looking at what politicians are doing after this, because every decision that we make is going to affect them more than it is us.
Your views on this?
Well, I think it's just a crazy situation as far as government's concerned. I believe they should be looking at the real issues that need to be addressed to balance the budget. This is not a new phenomenon. It's been going for the last 5 or 6 years that we've known that hard times have been ahead, and there's been no order, accountability with the system.
Rodan, I hear you're wavering though. The message coming out that you're wavering on which way you're going to vote?
What message is that that's coming out? You'll hear what I have to say in the debate.
Yes.
I don't know who's told you I'm wavering.
Right, well, some of the people here actually.
Oh, really? No, I've got a few things to say. I think we have to acknowledge the right for a sustainable higher education funding system that is as fair as possible in this climate. It depends what the minister has to say.
So you will be listening and making your mind up from what he says?
I'll be listening carefully to what the minister has to say.
So you haven't made your mind up then?
I've made mine. I shall announce my decision during the debate. I think that's the responsible way to behave on an issue as important as this.
Well, I support the concern of the students. I mean, it was a manifesto pledge that we continue to support our young people to gain entry into university, and I'm sticking by my policies.
So that's what the MHKs have been saying, and as you can see there, most of them are with you, but the ones that come out, obviously, but there's a lot in there. Do you exactly know how they're going to vote?
Well, the ministers, we know how they're going to vote, and there's other members who have said in emails to us that they'll vote against the motion. If you look at the different statements we've got here from people's manifestos, from Cretney, Quirk, Crageen, John Shimon, you know how they should be voting going their manifestos, but people will be considering their own futures more than ours, to be honest.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, probably you're going to have to pay something, because whatever they do, there'll be a compromise. Will that satisfy you, or will you keep this fight up?
We're going to keep the fight up. I can guarantee you we're not going away.